what legends are made of. This is what legends are made of.
As long as I see that fire in your eyes, I know we still good.
I do it off of the love.
We built this family, and this family's strong.
In these streets, the first rule of nature is kill or be killed.
What are you trying to do? Impress me?
You always got a trick up your sleeve.
This don't have to get ugly, Cookie. I can come after you, your kids.
We gonna fight fire with fire.
To the Empire!
Wait till we show them how dark hell can get.
Empire returns this September on Fox.
What's up, y'all?
I'm sort of thinking they love Jamal out there.
They're here only for you, my darling. We all know that.
All right. People, I have to admit, I saw the first episode of season 3.
I have not, just so you know. I want to watch it with y'all, I swear. Like, I've seen the first 4 minutes, but I haven't, which is just ridiculous. And, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, we're going to watch it all. We'll all watch it tomorrow. We'll all live tweet together. We'll all have a good time. It'll be all good.
The episode is spectacular. I mean, let's just start with season 3. What can you say about the season in general and Jamal in particular? Because Jamal's really dealing with some heavy issues this season.
No, definitely. I mean, he got shot, so.
He took a bullet.
Well, for Lucious.
Yeah, who doesn't even like him.
After Lucious said some pretty awful things. This season really is, I keep saying this because, you know, we by all means, it's a big show. It's become this incredible phenomenon. And the music is great, and the guest stars are cool, and the fashion's great. But at the end of the day, that's just a backdrop. You know what I'm saying? This is a show about family. And I feel like exactly what because yes, I'm a cast member, but I'm also genuinely a fan of the show. Like, Empire and Scandal, that's my thing. Like, I genuinely am a cookie monster and a gladiator, so it's all good. But season 1, we have been able to capture exactly in season 3 why we fell in love with Empire and the Lyon family in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And they're not in the same place, of course, but at the same time, again, we get back to center and we get back to the family in all of its craziness. We all come from somewhere, and we all can identify with there's some craziness where we come from. Y'all might not want to admit it. But there is, you know, there just is. And it might not be as crazy as the Lyon family, but it's certainly, you know, we all have our own, you know, battles to fight. And as far as Jamal goes, you know, he's been shot. So he's dealing with a very, very severe case of PTSD. And I keep saying this because I really take pride in myself of kind of being knowledgeable about what human beings and what living creatures go through or going through. But if I'm being completely honest, I really didn't. I was ignorant to PTSD. You know, I thought that it was more so a thing that maybe our women and men that serve in the military go through. And of course they do, you know. But I thought that it was reserved for people that went through real battle. But it's a very traumatic thing. And so you know, being shot in front of so many people with all of the flashing lights and the people yelling, it freaks him out. And I get stage fright sometimes, but this is way past stage fright. So what do you do in those instances where, like, if I came up on this stage and y'all were yelling and there were cameras flashing right now and I freaked out? You know, what do you do as a performing artist? That's what we do. As a performing artist, we are paid to perform. And we're expected to perform. So what do you do if the very thing that everybody expects of you and that you expect of yourself, you can no longer do? So it really says a lot about who are you? So, you know, Jamal needs a vacation. Jamal needs, like, some loving, a drink, something, because he's just going through it. And this, honestly, is probably one of the toughest seasons. It is. It's the toughest season that I've ever done, because as an actor, it wasn't me. It's not me playing something that I have to dig deep inside of myself. It's literally something that I've never experienced. And that can be much more difficult than not. So, but it's cool. It's cool. And Jamal's an onion with all these layers. So it's exciting to play as an actor.
And going back to what you said about the family, I mean, yeah, they're launching this music service. Yeah, they have a huge label. They're, you know, Cookie and Lucious are not friends. But at the heart of it, you see them at the dinner table, and it's like any other family where they're bickering. Granted, they're bickering about issues that probably normal families don't bicker about, but that's really what the show is about.
Yeah, because families argue and bicker about issues that are relevant to their environment. Whatever your environment is, those are the issues that you argue over. And if it's about money, if it's about, I don't know, disloyalty in the family, whatever it is,
Doing your job.
Yeah, like that is what you argue about. But what I will say is that when it comes time to take down somebody that's trying to take down the family, they will join together and they will take you down as a pack of lions would.
What is Cookie like as a mom, or rather Taraji?
Well, Taraji in real life, first of all, to her son, is an incredible mother. Incredible mother. She's like a big sister to me. She want me to say that to let y'all know she's not old enough to be my mother. And then I'm like, did you go through puberty when I was born? Have you already been through puberty? Yeah, you old enough to be my mother. But no. But in real life, she's just my heart. She's my heart. Like, I almost, not to be corny, but I get emotional sometimes talking about her because in this business, it gets, if I'm being honest, it can get mad lonely. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so close to my family. And to be away from them, look, I'm a grown-ass man, but I still get lonely.
You have 5 siblings,
and I don't just mean lonely. I mean, like, I get that too. But I mean, like, truly, I deal with loneliness of being away from my family, of being, feeling some sort of way that my other brothers get to see my niece all the time, and I don't.
But you can do her hair like no one else, per your Instagram. I'm sorry.
Obama out.
I'm sorry, should you ever want to open a children's hair salon?
That fro was popping. Popping.
Sorry, I just had to bring it up because
she
it was on
keeping
point.
it real.
Yeah.
No, but Taraji is one of the best support systems that you could ask for. The things that I've gone through in the last couple of years of being well-known or whatever since Empire, some of it has been, kind of messed up, like kind of painful, the things that people say sometimes, all that type of stuff. And I think I have a thick skin, but Taraji is there to kind of be like, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember before I talked to Ellen, she was like, fuck them. Why do you have to say shit about who you love? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you have to announce that shit to the world? Fuck them. And that's how I feel. But it's nice to hear because you know what it is about Taraji? She echoes so many things that I hear from my real life mother, from my real life sister. And that, to me, is really special because she's been through every single thing that she's been through, so many things that I've been through on this journey so far, she's been through in her own way. So, and we just have so much in common. The bond that Terrence, Taraji, and myself have built, it really happened when the show first aired. My father passed away the same day that the very first episode aired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And thank you.
That is rough.
And it's very rough. But I also am grateful because when the show aired, and then I was like busted in front of like millions of people, my feet were firmly planted on the ground as being like a real man, like a real human being, and rooted in family. So maybe I would have been more fucked up, but I don't know, But so it was all good. But Taraji lost her dad right before something big happened, and Terrence lost his mom right before. And that just brought us together in a way that if I didn't have that support system in Chicago when we were shooting, I would have crumbled. Because I didn't have my support system of my family there with me the way that everybody else did. So Taraji is exactly what you see, and exactly why y'all love her is exactly the reason why I love her, because she's as real as they come.
Now, in terms of Terrence, you guys are super close in real life. On screen,
What's up,
clearly,
motherfucker? I'm Terrence Howard.
But on screen, clearly, Jamal and Lucious have some...
He hates me when I say that. Man, stop doing my motherfucking voice like that. Shut the fuck up.
And I'm trying to ask you a thoughtful question here.
I'm sorry.
But you guys, I mean, Jamal and his dad have, I think, of all the sons. Well, maybe not this season. I think that there's the anger shifts a little bit, but you guys have some serious.
Jamal.
See, he has some serious issues with you. So how do you channel, like, how do you go from liking someone so much in real life and being so close to them to maintaining that sense of tension and stress all the time?
Because I trust him. Like, as an actor, it's really great because you don't always work with actors that you trust. You know what I'm saying? So if you are blessed enough to work with an actor where you're doing those types of scenes and you can actually, afterwards, you can just collapse into each other's arms and just be like, I love you, brother. I love you. You know, and that's exactly what happened. Like that scene from right before Jamal got shot, that literally was not written. That was literally like Terrence and I sat
Ad-lib?
in the office and we workshopped that scene. And we were like, of course, the shell of it was there, but we workshopped that scene and all of that stuff was added. The whole thing about, you know, you're crying like a bitch about your mother throwing you in water. All of that was us and him saying, we were like, we have to go there. Because the only way that this scene is going to work and the only way that this scene is going to be truly impactful is if we stop beating around the bush and we say some stuff that you cannot come back from. What is the worst thing that you could say to your gay son? Bring in the AIDS thing. Yeah, bring that shit in. So when he said that, it was like, and it was like, you have to go there. Because there comes a point where people need a mirror to look at themselves. And people need to be like, look, I'm not preaching to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell you what is right and what is wrong. We're just here, and that's what I love about the show also. We don't preach to anybody. We literally hold up a mirror, and we're like, are you Lucious? Are you Jamal? Are you Cookie? Are you Andre? Are you Hakeem? Or do you have elements of all of those characters inside of yourself, as we all do? You know what I'm saying? I have major asshole inside of my spirit. But I know to quiet that hoe down and not let him out. Because I could come for people. Every once in a while I gotta clap back on somebody on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? But it's about being a man of integrity and being a man of respect and a man of love. But what I love about Empire is that we are showing, in actuality, you don't have to agree with someone's life. You don't have to. I want to get that across so much, is that you don't have to think that being gay is right. And it don't make you a bad person that you do think that being gay is wrong. That does not make you a bad person. What makes you bad is it doesn't make you a bad person if you don't want to integrate. That's your business. I don't care. Only reason that it makes it bad is when you start shitting on my basic freedoms. When you start stomping down my rights as a human being, then you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You can have your own point of view. We good. And I feel like if everybody just realized that we don't have to agree and we don't have to all see the world in the same color and all see the world in the same gender, all see the world in the same age or religion or whatever. You don't have to do that. You just have to respect me. It's as simple as that.
Okay, so not only is he eloquent, not only is he smart, not only is he well-dressed, he also sings with, what's her name?
There's this new singer called Mariah Carey. And we're really trying to break her.
I'm told she has a future.
Well, I just feel like she has some talent that no one's listening to. And it's time for people to know that there is a new artist on the block named Mariah.
I am glad that you are
Mariah
duetting with her.
Bonquisha Shaniqua Carey.
I am glad that you decided to duet with her.
I mean, I'm just trying to help the sister out. You know, give her a little shine.
Now, and also on the movie front, Ridley who? I'm sorry.
Ridley Scott. I was able to do a film called Alien Covenant in Australia this past hiatus. And
congratulations.
That
is a major
movie. Thank you. So that'll be coming out August 4th, 2017. Barack Obama's birthday. And yeah, that's exciting. You know, fighting aliens ain't no thing.
Working with Ridley Scott ain't no thing.
Working with Ridley Scott is fantastic. It really is. It's fantastic.
I mean, Lee Daniels, Ridley Scott.
I'm like, not too shabby.
Oh, and you cook.
I do cook. We have our own show on the Food Network called Smollett Eats. My little brother truly is like the family chef, Jake. But yeah, we are executive producing the show, and it's going well. It's going well. We just had the season finale, so yeah, it's going good.
I want to ask you kind of a broader question now to go back to Empire. How has it changed television? Because I think Empire really, of all the shows that have premiered probably in the last decade, has changed what people watch, how networks are programming, what they're greenlighting.
I think that what Empire has done is that we've been able to, and of course, this is, we stand on the backs of people like Shonda Rhimes. Like, first of all, let's give credit where credit is due, because that woman literally came on and she changed the face of television. Because what she did with Grey's Anatomy to start, and then Private Practice and Scandal and all of these shows, what she did is she showed a world that looked like the world that we live in. Whether you are a racist Donald Trump son of a bitch or not.
Oh, he went there.
You see, when you walk down the street, you see what this audience looks like. And that is all. I see black folks, I see white folks, I see Latinos, I see Asians, I see so many different people. That's the way that this world looks like. And she captured that and didn't even talk about race. You know what I'm saying?
The Pope could have been played by anyone.
Truly.
She could have been played by a white man.
Truly. I don't want to see that. I like Kerry Washington.
I'm just saying.
I think white men got enough jobs. They gonna be all right.
You know what? According to some articles I've just read, they're having a hard time this year.
Well, you know.
Moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God. No.
But you know what I mean. That characters can be played by anyone.
Of course.
Of any gender, any race.
Of course, absolutely, without a doubt. And the thing is that what we were able to do with Empire is we were then able to take it and we have, let's keep it real, we have a predominantly black cast. And white folks watch our show as much as black folks watch our show. So what it's shown is that people want to see a reflection of what they are, and they want to see a reflection of what they are not. They want to see that. So you're not going to tell me that we're going to spoon feed these audiences and just downplay them like they're so stupid, and then it becomes the cycle that feeds itself. And it's the same color. And the only damn thing that's not supposed to have no color on it and just white is your teeth. Other than that, we're supposed to see a diverse world. And that includes everybody. Everybody. So
And I also just need to say that Cookie's headgear in the first episode is so, I mean, I just, I don't want to spoil
her
it.
headgear?
She has like a scarf on her head.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I ain't seen the episode. Now you know I'm not lying.
I mean, if you watch it for no other reason than you watch it for Cookie's outfits.
There's a couple more reasons to watch Empire, damn it.
And I'm just saying. The clothes.
I mean, there's also Taraji's face.
Her range.
Yeah.
And is Jamal going to perform this season on stage?
God, am I giving away too much? Yeah, but not how you would imagine. And when you see the first episode, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because I can't give away too much. Next thing you know, they're going to throw me off the roof. So I'm good. I've been shot once. Don't need to go through that again. Yes, he performs. I should say you'll get to see me sing, but it's not in the same way that you're used to seeing me.
Fair enough. Let's turn over to the audience.
Oh, I love it.
And it's so hard to talk about the first episode without getting, I'm like,
No, I'm actually good at that. Like, I know how, I like finding new ways to give y'all a little bit without giving y'all anything.
All right, hit it.
I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you so much.
Empire. I wanted to know, I loved all your collaborations for all the seasons. Are there any collaborations with any artists that you want to see in the future for your personal album or for Empire?
I refuse to talk about my personal album because it's top secret. But let's see. We did, this is gonna sound like I'm name dropping.
Go!
But so far in Empire, I have sang with Estelle, Patti LaBelle, Alicia Keys, and Mariah Carey, and Yaz the Greatest, and Terrence Howard. I feel like we need to call up Janet. Because I feel like it's time for her to drop that baby and come. We could even do the remix of If, and she could slap my bald head around. And it would be all good. Yeah, I mean, it seems like I'm aiming high, but it seemed like I was aiming high when I said Mariah, but these are all people that like Lee Daniels has in his contact list. I don't. Well, now I have Mariah in my contact list, but I didn't before. So I would love to sing with Janet, but I would love to sing with Lenny Kravitz or Maxwell.
Oh, yes.
Because I ain't even got to say why. Y'all already, like, they're just dope. You know, and I would have said, you know, years ago I was saying Prince, and sadly that won't come to be. But yeah, Maxwell or Lenny, or Maxwell and Lenny would be special.
Can you imagine Lenny on the show would just be perfect?
Well, Lenny is actually doing Lee's new show, Star. So that's
Clearly Lee knows him. Like,
yeah, he's in Lee. Like, okay, so sidebar. One time when Empire first, like, it hadn't aired yet, I don't think. Lee said, I'm at this place, this spot called Giorgio's in LA. And it's a dope spot. Like, it plays like all of the 1970s. It's a nightclub for Lee Daniels. Basically, that's what it is. And he's like, oh, son, I'm hanging with all of my friends. Come and hang with me and my friends. And so I take my friend. I took Journey with me. And I went there, and I'm like, so these are your friends. And it's Denzel, and Naomi was there, and Lenny Kravitz was there, and I'm like, this is stupid. And I'm going to go get y'all drinks, all right? So, yeah, I mean, he literally hangs with these people, so it shouldn't be no thing. He should be able to just call him up. Call him up, Lee.
agreed.
We'll see.
Next question, please.
Hello. Hi,
Hey.
Danielle.
Come on, Blue Lace.
How are you? Thank you. Thank you. I just want to tell you that I've seen your talent progress throughout the season. You have a beautiful talent. And I want to know, I know Journey has been in the business since, like, you know, Michelle's best friend, you know. So, like, what advice has she given you since you started Empire?
Well, first of all, thank you very much.
Yes.
I appreciate that. You know, Journey is my baby sister, but I genuinely look up to her as an artist. I think that the choices that she makes, like, you don't understand, like, the amount of roles that were huge films that she turned down because it didn't resonate somehow with her, because she didn't want to just play the girlfriend, or she didn't just want to play the black home girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And the most incredible thing to me is not the fact that she turned those down, but in actuality, the fact that when it was released and it was a huge hit, she had no regrets. She didn't sit there and be like, damn it, I should have taken it, because it didn't sit right with her heart. And I've tried, I know that comes from my mother, who I remember she would turn so many things down for us when we were growing up. And it was always like, you have a responsibility to yourself, to your community, to the world, to represent something that's special. It doesn't mean that we're always going to play perfect roles. It doesn't mean that we're always going to play characters that are spotless and not flawed. That's what I want to play. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, that's what I want to do. But what I've learned from simply watching her is that there is a level of integrity that young woman has that is unmatchable. And she loves so deeply, and I love so deeply. So if the role doesn't sit right with me, I'm okay with walking away from it. And I'm okay with just being like, it's cool, but thanks. And look, I'm telling you, I've walked away from roles when I was broke. Like, I'm talking about, like, when I had like $17 in my account and had to get $3 so I could take a 20 out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we're gonna deposit this $3 and that's $17 so we could take this 20 out. And it's gotta be the bank that I go to, because I can't afford to pay $3 extra. I can't. Like, I know what that life is, but still, there were certain roles that I did not want and I did not take. And I'm telling you, nothing comes to you if it's not yours. And the things that I lost out on, the things that I didn't take, but mainly the things that I lost out on, they weren't mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamal's mine. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that shit when I read it. I was like, bruh. So, you know, I've just learned from her to just have integrity. And she will go down in the books as one of our finest actresses ever. And she is. And not because she's my sister, you know what I'm saying? But she's just respectable and she's honorable and she's just a good woman.
And it's great as an actor to not have roles that you have to apologize for. Or just be like, well, the costumes were nice.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I've done a couple of movies where I'm like, oh, you saw that? I'm sorry. But, you know, I wasn't embarrassed of the role. Maybe the execution of the film wasn't great. But I still was never embarrassed of what I did.
Next question, please.
Hi, Jussie. Thank you for being here.
Hey, boo.
Hi. Hey, boo. It's kind of piggybacking off of her comment and question. We see your progress now on Empire, but I know a lot of people in the audience don't know about how you got here and your grind and how you were always writing music and singing and your early acting career. Can you just explain for them, because I've been following you for a while, what you've been doing all this time leading up into Empire and how this has changed your life?
Thank you. I started when I was 4 years old here in New York. I got my SAG card in 1987. I'm old, y'all. Not necessarily old by age, but like, it's been almost 30 years that I've been in this business. And the thing is that I started with commercials and you know, kid modeling and stuff like that, and then went on when we moved to LA, did movies like I was in the Mighty Ducks when I was like 8 years old, and like a bunch of movies. And then my brothers and sisters and I had our own TV show in 94, 95, and then they canceled us. Fuck you, ABC. But I love Blackish and Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder, but fuck you, ABC. All bullshit channel. I'm absolutely kidding, because I love so many shows on ABC. It's gonna be an ABC sniper, just like. No, but, and then they canceled us, and then I got out of the business. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, well, I ain't cute no more, but I'm also not a leading man. So I'm not gonna be going on these dang auditions at 13 years old, you know, with my pimples and my big ass nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't checking for me. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna check for myself. And my mother is the one that said, no one will be able to produce your music or write your songs better than you will. So I started learning the piano. And I'm still not great. Like, I'm not Jamal. I'm not. Like, I get so scared to play and sing at the same time. I did it for the first time in front of an audience, and I was literally like about to pee in my pants. So I was like, how am I supposed to sing and play like this? You know, I can do it in the studio. I can do it when I'm alone. I can do it with friends and family. But to do it in front of people, they're expecting for me to be like Alicia Keys or something, like y'all chill. But then I just started working, you know, what society considers to be a regular job, and I did everything from I was a clown at children's parties.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was. I made $40 per party. They were 40-minute parties, and I would always find a way during those somewhat normal jobs. Not that being a clown at children's parties is a normal job, but I found a way to still do my art in that process. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things. Like, I was bettering my writing skills by writing songs for these kids, you know, for the parties. So that's the only good thing that I did for those kids' parties, because I didn't know how to do anything else good. You know, I worked retail. I worked at the H&M in Times Square for 2.5 hours. And I went on my break and I was like, bruh, because I'm not coming back. So I'm like, I'm not folding this table and then that motherfucker gonna come up and mess it up again. I'm not doing that. Not doing it. And Macy's is a little bit different. H&M is different because you got all these snotty-nosed little teenagers coming up in there being like, I like this coat. Nah. No, absolutely not. So, and then I was a waiter I was a host. I worked as a bartender at the Lion King on Broadway. And I got that job because I thought, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be able to like see the play. I'm gonna be able to like get inspired. My first day of work, they said, they ran down, they're like, you're not allowed to go into the theater at all, never, ever. You are a slave. And I'm like, chill out. And I would get in trouble because like I would think that people, when they would come with the, you know, like the old dudes would always come and they'd be like, oh, can I have a Jack and Coke? And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. But you're only supposed to do 1, 2. I'd be like, 1, 2, 3. Because I genuinely thought, like, I was younger then. And now, as I'm an adult, when I drink for the taste. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I was like, we got party! You know what I'm saying? So I thought maybe that everybody else wanted that too. I'm like, Jack Daniels does not taste good to me. So if you drinking it, you trying to get lit. I'm about to get Stanley's old ass lit.
Wait, but I have to ask you, given that you overpoured, were you the king of tips?
No.
What?
They would complain with the old asses. And literally, I would get in trouble because they would count every single night after we closed. They would count. They would know how long you did the pours. Because if they counted it and it was like, oh, well, you only sold this amount, but you used this amount of alcohol, you'd get in trouble. And I'm like, so I'm literally supposed to only give them 2 counts. I know that they want more. And they're like, bruh, they don't want more. Stop. So, you know, I didn't get fired. I quit that job. Damn.
All right, we have time for one more question.
Hi.
Come on, Pink.
I'm live.
Hot Pink.
All right, come on,
Hot
ask the
Pink
question.
on some chocolate.
So, can you explain to us exactly how your audition for Empire went?
There were 7 auditions.
Oh, God.
Lee Daniels put you through 7?
Y'all, Lee Daniels literally put me through the ringer, and I know that he enjoyed every moment of that shit. I first went in, well, first of all, I read the script, and then I slid up in his DMs with a dressed photo. I had my clothes on. I want to let everybody know that. Live your life and be respectable.
Wait, you dressed as Jamal?
No, I'm saying like I had clothes because usually when people slide up in my DMs, they ain't wearing no clothes. I have seen piercings in places that you just don't need to have piercings. But yeah. But no, I DM'd him and I said, Mr. Daniels, I know that you get this all the time, but I'm a singer, I'm an actor, I'm a musician, I'm a dancer. I'm Jamal Lyon in more ways than one. And he wrote me back and he said, casting will be in touch. Peace. And I said, he's so cool. And then I auditioned for our casting director, who's his little sister, Leah Daniels Butler, which is so weird that he's Lee Daniels the Butler and she's Leah Daniels Butler. I'm like, this is a joke. So I went in there and I sang X Factor by Lauryn Hill. But the thing is that whenever I sing a cappella, I close my eyes. It's just a habit. So when I met him, he said, you're great, but open your eyes when you sing. And I was singing, and I was like, it could all be so simple. And I could feel my eyes starting to twitch. And I closed my eyes. And I left that audition. I was so disappointed in myself because I said, he is my director, and he's going to think I don't know how to take direction. But he saw something in me, and he then DM'd me again, and he said, call me. He's like, great read, call me so we can help you get this thing. And I called him, and we spent like 2 hours on the phone, and he told me straight up, he's like, I'm convinced of you as an actor. I'm convinced of you as a vocalist. I'm not convinced of you as a performer because I did not see you perform. And I was like, damn. So he said, come in, and he got confused. Lee knows music, but he knows nobody in music. So he's like, what's that song? What's that song? That white boy that was married to Paula. And I'm like, Robin Thicke? Like, Blurred Lines, the biggest song this year. And he's like, yeah, come in and sing that song. That was the perfect song for my voice. Like the falsetto, everything, it was perfect. He said, if you don't keep your eyes open, I'm throwing you out of my room. And so my mission was to make him uncomfortable. I'm like, he wants me to show him that I can keep my eyes open. I'm gonna keep my eyes open. And I looked him directly in the eyes the entire time that I was performing. And then after I did it, he said, do it again. And then I did it again. And after I was done, I was like, he's like, I'm convinced, let's get you this role. And 3 auditions after that, he called me, or he texted me, and I lied to everybody that day because I knew that it was all the network and the studio was gonna be watching the tapes. And I went to the beach, and I just meditated and I prayed for 4 hours straight. And I lied to everybody, even who she don't even know, and my mother. I lied to my mother. I was like, yeah, I got meetings. I ain't had nothing to do. I went to the beach and I meditated, and this is what I prayed for. I said, God, if it's mine, give it to me. If it is his, the other brilliant actor who was up for it, I said, if it's his, give it to him. I didn't pray for the role. I just prayed for God and the universe to fill me with a spirit that I needed. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what happened, I would accept it and I would move on. But I got that text from Lee. And it said, it's capital Y, capital O, capital U. And it said, it's you. And I wrote him back, and I was on Bluetooth. I was talking to my mom when he texted because I was driving. I was just like, all right, it's over. I done prayed for 4 hours. My fucking feet are cold. I got to leave this beach. So I got in my car and I started driving. My car that was 2 months behind on its note. And Lee said, I was Bluetoothing with my mom. I was on the phone with my mom. And I pulled over so I could read my text, because you know I'm smart, because Oprah said, don't text and drive. And I saw it, and it said, it's you. And I wrote him back, and I said, Lee. And then he wrote, yes, Jamal. And so that night, I remember, like, I went straight and picked up my mother and then took her back to my apartment. And we went to Trader Joe's and got that $7 Freikershire, whatever, champagne. And we were like, we're gonna pop these bottles. And then my brothers came over, we popping bottles. And I got so drunk that night that I kept on waking up, and and I remember I kept on saying to my mom and my brothers, I was like, I just pray that I don't wake up and this is a dream. I pray that this is not a dream. And my mom said, and I will always remember this, she said, baby, it is a dream, but it's real. And then Lee Daniels posted a picture of me on Instagram, and it said, A Star Is Born. And that's when I knew, I was like, shit is real.
And when can we see the new season?
The new season is tomorrow, Empire Wednesday, September 21st, 9/8 Central on Fox, and it will save your life.
Thank you so much.